Hey, my cousin then got mad at me. Not because I was talking to y'all, but because, okay, so yesterday I did a live chat telling y'all that my cousin got this guy who be ghosting her and then coming back, ghosting her, coming back, right? I guess he done struck some nerve or found some soft spot because she done came back to me with a whole different change of heart about even wanting to be with him. She wants to make it work. Now, my advice, and this is just my humble opinion about the situation based on what she told me, is that she need to leave him alone. Like, he's costing her peace, and, you know, therefore he's too expensive, right? So she was like, how I'm supposed to just cut somebody off, you know, after everything that we done been through? I'm supposed to just keep cutting everybody off? And my whole theory is, you know, you don't necessarily just cut a person off. You have to decide what it is you need to be the best version of yourself and cut off anything that is contrary to that. Anything that tries to hold you back from that. So you're really cutting off aspects of things out of your life, be it inconsistency, be it disrespect. Y'all get the gist, right? So she got mad at me because she feel like I'm just trying to make it seem like it's so easy. In her words, well, it's not that easy. You know, we got history. We done been through this. We done been through that. I said, cuzzo, y'all ain't been through this and that. He done put you through this and that. You keep turning the other cheek. At this point, you ain't even got no more cheeks. You ain't even got no more cheeks. Like, I know I'm being funny, but I'm just like, yo, at this point, it's not the history that's the problem. It's like, what have you done for me lately? That's what a relationship is. It can't stand on what used to be. The love in your relationship can't just be past tense and that be enough to move forward. If he ain't getting up every day and earning you, that's a problem. Now, I'm really an advocate for restoring things and working through things. I'm not saying that anybody out here should just leave at the first sign of trouble, or that you can't bounce back from something that shattered you and hurt you, or you done hurt him or something like that. If you and that man willing to work through it, by all means, I'm all for it. I'm a big advocate of fighting for your relationship, but I'm not an advocate for you fighting for the relationship while losing yourself fighting for somebody who's not fighting with you. That's not a relationship. That's not a relationship. And that's what I was telling her, and she got mad at me. I guess it's just not what she wanted to hear. Like, I'm not perfect, but I'm gonna always tell the truth. So if you don't like the truth, you ain't gonna like me. But history ain't enough. And some of y'all got these fictional history books, man. The reason why I say fictional is because it's based on one chapter. The whole rest of the history book have been something completely different. But you keep trying to forge and copy and paste that first chapter over and over again, despite what's been happening recently. I understand people think first impressions matter the most. I don't. I think patterns matter the most. Like, I don't trust words. I even doubt actions, but I never question a person's patterns. So if the first impression said one thing and it was worth you giving a relationship a chance, by all means, do your thing. But if since then you've seen pattern after pattern after pattern and you ignoring it, now that's on you. Now you're the problem. Now you're the co-conspirator in your own emotional demise, and you ain't got nobody to blame but yourself. I'm just gonna keep it all the way real with you. And that's her situation, but I know I'm talking to somebody here. Like, if you're dealing with somebody, I don't care if it's an off and on situationship or relationship like hers, or if it's a real deal relationship, maybe even a marriage or something. And I know marriage is completely different. I get it. But if you're dealing with somebody and all you got to go on is the history and the time that y'all have invested, I need you to think about the time you got left on this earth and how you ain't got enough of it to waste it on anybody, especially somebody who's unsure about you. Because 9 times out of 10, that's how you end up in this situation. When you're not sure whether or not you should stay or leave, 9 times out of 10, you're dealing with somebody who's not sure about you. And you putting in all of this work to prove your certainty to somebody who's uncertain about you. And at some point, you got to be the one to decide, not them, not God, not Jesus. Jesus already know you worthy of being loved. You ain't got to prove not the pastor, nobody. You got to prove, and you got to decide within yourself that you're worthy of a love that is sure about you. You're worthy of a love that is certain about you. You're worthy of a love that reciprocates the same energy and effort consistently without you having to threaten to leave first. That you're worthy of a love that puts in that work. You're worthy of a love that doesn't have you suppressing what your needs and desires are as a way of keeping the peace. Because there's a difference between keeping the peace and keeping the silence about what you need. And a lot of times y'all only keeping the silence about what you need and what's hurting you and what's frustrating you as a way to keep a smile on that man's face. Because you feel like if you were really authentic and real about what's going on with you, it would cause him to leave. But ask yourself a question. If it keeps a smile on that man's face to not know how you're hurting, to not know how to properly love you by way of understanding what your true needs are, if that's what keeps a smile on his face, what kind of man is that to be in your life? What kind of life partner is that? That ain't a life partner. That's a life pirate of the best years of your life, a life pirate of your peace, a life pirate of your happiness, possibly a life pirate of your destiny. That's not somebody you want to grow old with. You're not going to be in a marriage with them. Like, I know, like, oh, you know, the patterns can change and this can change and that can change. I understand a person's patterns can change, but only if their character changes. You continuing to wait ain't gonna change a person's patterns. You giving him a baby ain't gonna change his patterns. Him giving you a ring ain't gonna change his patterns. You getting revenge on him ain't gonna change his patterns. And getting another man just to rebound and show him what he was missing ain't gonna change his patterns. The only thing that's gonna change his patterns, if he decide, and this goes both ways, so fellas, if she decide, but if he decides that he wants to be better for the person in his life, and if you don't decide, that ain't nothing you can do but remove yourself from the situation. So you stop losing yourself, but you deserve a love that's going to put in that same work that you putting in. Again, it's going to fight for you like you fighting for them. Again, instead of have you fighting yourself internally every night, tossing and turning, can't get the same sleep that you're supposed to be getting. Because you stressed out, because you paranoid, because you up in arms about this person that's honestly not losing an inkling of sleep. About how they got you losing weight, losing job opportunities because you can't focus at work. Come on, man. This is like, you don't have to put up with this. And I think a lot of y'all are really suffering from like a fear of whether it be abandonment or that they're going to find somebody else or somebody going to get everything that you invested into this person. Let them have it. Let them have it. If the person already took the most valuable asset from you, which is your time, and wasted it, there ain't nothing else you need to be crying about or stressing about losing to somebody. Let them have it. Again, a tiger rarely changes his stripes, but especially if they not trying to change them, they ain't gonna change. All she gonna get is the problems that you'll no longer have to deal with anymore. But I already talked about that. The biggest thing I think is that y'all think that good men are so rare, you'll never find one. I'm not saying they're not rare, and I don't even like the good man thing. I like evolved men. Evolved men who get it, who understand it. They're still evolving. They're not perfect, but they understand. They understand the assignment. They are rare, but they are out here. And there's way more of them single and looking for equally evolved women than what we give them credit. I don't want to get up here and talk like that ain't none that exists. There are men, guys that hit me up all the time, like, man, where's women that you be talking about? They are looking for y'all. But a lot of y'all are so stuck on the wrong man, stuck on the man who doesn't deserve you. You can't get the man who's prepared for you. You sitting over here acting like this the last man on earth, the bum that you got in your life right now. He treating you like you an option. Meanwhile, there's an evolved man on his knees every night praying to God for a chance with a woman that has the exact qualities that you have. And the thing is, a lot of y'all don't know, one, that, or two, what to do whenever you meet an evolved man, or even how to evaluate an evolved man. Now, we talked about that on my masterclass, Secrets to Making Evolved Men Crave You. How to evaluate and how to stand out to an evolved man so that you can attract multiple evolved men and choose the one that's right for you. If you haven't gotten access to that masterclass where I really went in, because this ain't nothing, I went in for over an hour about how to attract evolved men. If you have not gotten access to that, click the link that you see pinned in this comment right here. Click that link, do yourself a favor, get access to that free masterclass. You know, it ain't costing you nothing. And get those gems. It's also in the caption whenever you back out. That link that you see, Secrets to Making Evolved Men Crave You. But back to what I was saying. For those of y'all who are in whatever, situationship, relationship, etc., you have to determine and you have to decide that you deserve this type of love, this type of energy. You ain't got to rely on nobody to create your happiness, but you do have to trust people and hold people accountable for not disrupting your happiness, for not siphoning out your happiness, for not coming to steal your joy, steal your peace. You have to decide that. And if it comes with letting the person go because they won't let those characteristics go, those character traits, those behaviors go, that's hurting you, then good riddance. Anything that costs you your peace is too expensive. That includes people, no matter how long you've been with them. But those are just my thoughts. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Share this if you got anything from it. Share this because somebody on your timeline needs to be blessed as well. Same way you've been blessed. If you got blessed by this, share this right now. And if you're in the market for an evolved man, click the link pinned here in this comment. Click the link. Get access to this free masterclass, Secrets to Making Evolved Men Crave You, before it comes down. It's also in the caption whenever you back out. It's that link in the caption as well. I'll let you